Okay. Hello, Goblin. Thank you for joining me today. What is on your face? What's on your face? Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. My cats are going crazy because I moved this chair to try and get light. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little chat about my business. That sound was my cat, so we love them. Anyway, when I knew I wanted to make this video, I'm like, oh, it'll be like a 2020 review video. So sure, let's just go with that. Here we are at the end of 2020, and we're not even gonna get into everything that happened. This is a focus on like my art business as of this year. And because so much happened this year. And it's almost too much to talk about. So that's why we're just gonna keep it focused and go from there. What do you think? Yeah, you think that's a good idea? Yeah, end of 2020, Christmas has happened, which it was just me and Jamie and his mom and his sister. And it was actually very nice. We had a waffle brunch, and it was simple and much smaller than I'm used to, because usually I'm down at my family's and I have so many siblings that it's just a full house. When they say full house, they mean full house. And yeah, so it was a lot different this year. Yeah, and New Year's is in a few days. I think today's the 28th of December. But yeah, I wanted to take a minute to talk about what I want. I don't know. I just want to talk about my business because I talk about it all the time with Jamie and I think about it all the time in my head. So I just wanted to like make a concise video time. I don't know, like when I hope to look back on it next year and be like, yes, Caroline, we did it. So here's hoping. So despite everything that's happened this year, it has been decided that 2020 was the year of learning. So the biggest things that happened to me this year was I left my job at the bakery, did not go back to any kind of sort of employment. I got married. Woo! Married woman right here. You guys are finally legitimate. And then I've been working full-time on my art business. It's still so hard. The more I say it, the easier it's getting to say, but it's still just like, I'm working on my art. But yeah, so this was the year of learning. Cha-cha, made some mistakes. Still making mistakes and learning from them. But that's the thing, it's like, I feel like this year has just been full of lessons in terms of my business and even like pulling from my personal side, like just like learning my own boundaries, finding my own voice. And it's so hard. So hard. But yeah, like just like learning how to not have a job where I have to, you know, get ready and go and work all day and then come home. It's like, okay, you know, figuring out what schedule works for me. Like I've always known I'm a morning person, but it's just kind of like, how do I stay productive when I have the whole day in front of me and it's just me and these cats, you know? Because usually by the time Jamie comes home, I'm like, yes, human! Because I've been, you know, here. And like, so like, I kind of said learning my boundaries and just learning to find my voice, but also learning like, because all these things, so looking back on this year, I can see the layers, I'm just gonna say bullshit, layers of BS that I've been removing like as the year progresses. Like essentially these layers of like expectations that I put on myself and expectations that other people put on myself. And a small example, though it's not like one that one was easy to take off, but like Jamie, for example, he goes to work and he comes home and he's like, what have you done all day? And for me, it's like, no, like I am working on my stuff. And especially in the beginning when just like my anxiety was high. And so figuring out like what I could even accomplish in one day, like what I had the energy to do in one day. And as the year has gone on, like I'm definitely like getting more productive, which is good, and all of the above. But just in the beginning, I just remember, just for example, that expectation was easy to throw off because it's like I understood where I was at. But like that is just an example of like an expectation. Like, you're home, you should be doing things. And it's like, well, no, I am. Like, I fulfill for myself. I don't know. Just inward and outward expectations and working through them to get to where I am today. And it's just really cool because as that's been happening, I've also just been like on the up and up. So like my anxiety was, I was like, oh, I don't know where low is because I can't see myself. But low, bad, like I was just in a rut. And thankfully this year has been like increasing. And so as I feel better, I'm able to work on my artwork more and just also just, I don't know, be more productive and feel better. Because a lot of my energy was just being, what's the word? As anxiety. It was just all my energy was turning into anxiety to where I had no energy left to exist. Anyway, but yeah, it's just like layers is the only, it's just like an onion, man, layer after layer. Because what would happen is I'd be like, cool, like I'm where I want to be, and then something else would happen and I'd be like, wait, I still have to go deeper. And the layers of these expectations, once they're off, essentially, I'm trying to be like the most authentic version of myself to where, so like 2020 was the year of learning. I think my word for 2021, because I like to pick a word, and sometimes like last year, I don't even know if I picked a word at the beginning of 2020. So that's why learning has been applied. Whereas this upcoming year, I think I want it to be authentic in all aspects of my life, but just, I think it's a really good overall word for 2021. It's authenticity. But yeah, whenever I think this is it, there's another layer to go. So my most recent revelation, which every time I like have a revelation, they're so simple to where it's like, duh, I knew that. Right, Zelda? I knew it, right? But now it has like this different like alignment or energy behind it. So my most recent one, like even just a few weeks ago to like a few days ago. So like I was like, I need to draw for myself. I've been doing a lot of commissions. I'm struggling. And so I was like, because it was either draw for a commission or maybe I need new products, especially like the holidays. So it was like, it was really too late to start drawing for the holidays. But again, it's just like that automatic pressure that I put on myself to be like, Christmas is coming, I need to make something. Which I should have been thinking about that months ago, not in November, so I'd be prepared. But anyway, that's not the point. So I was like, I'm drawing for myself. Which I always try to do anyway. I always try to draw for myself. That's why when people are like, you should draw that. Jamie is my love, so he is constant. But I remember a year or two ago when he was like, you should broaden what you draw because it's a girly and you're not getting a lot. Like, guys just walk by your table. And for me, I'm like, that is fine. So drawing for myself, it's like, I'm not trying to please other people. Like, if you like my stuff, yes. That's, yeah. Like, I know I will find my people. Does that make sense? So I'm not trying to like please other people. But I realized, even as I'm drawing for myself, my focus was on Instagram. I was biasing what I created, I wrote it down to Instagram. Like, what can I post, or can I post this, or like, I need to post today. And like, I was still drawing what I enjoyed, but I wasn't enjoying the process as much because I was rushing it and it wasn't 100% for myself. So yeah, like looking back, I was creating for Instagram, not me, not even my followers, but Instagram. And that kind of also stopped when I heard someone say, like, if you don't have something to post, then just don't post. It's better than trying to post. Anyway, that's my most recent layer. It's just like, I'm still not 100% creating for myself. I'm still creating for this other monster that just eats it and makes money and wants just. But with the new year, I am building my own business as an artist. And this is the best year I've had, which, I mean, it's just a reflection of putting in that effort. You know, you get out of it what you put in. So yeah, I've definitely stumbled this year, but like, it's just kind of been a slow forward movement. But yeah, it's just these things that, you know, like you just always know, but now it's just the energy and the like clarity behind them to where it's like, I don't know, I guess I have just an experience tied to it now versus just like, here's a phrase that sounds good. But yeah, it's just this year, it's taking some adjusting just to get into a schedule and like continuously wake up every day and have something to work on. Because these are like, I'm self-employed. I am making these projects myself. Like I know what I like to draw, but I also know that I'm still working on my style. And I've produced so much this year. And it's only because I haven't had a job. Like, I've been trying to make my business work while either in school for a little bit, because when I started it, I was still kind of in school. But then, like, I've always had a part-time or a full-time job. And I can't even call it part-time. It's 30 hours. 30 hours is still, it's close enough to full-time. When I say part-time, I do not mean like 12 hours a week. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I've produced so much art this year, and it hasn't ever felt like I've arrived. Cause like I made Mermaid. I finally like went through Mermaid, and I made like that Mermaid and Prince like little short story poem. I'm not really sure what to call it. And I attempted Inktober. And just like all these things, which is really cool that I was able to do it. Oh, and I did the Zodiac series, but it never felt like, by the time I got to the end of the project, I was like, I guess I was not 100% satisfied because I had grown through the process to the point where it's like, I can already do better than this, which is amazing. Like, I love that. But, they all felt like lessons in how I work and some things that I've experimented in, because I pulled out my colored pencils, which I haven't used my colored pencils in years. And like integrating that into my watercolor is really cool. And then right now I'm even like taking that and doing digital stuff with it. And I hope to like push that further because I want to just mix it. But that took me all year. And I didn't have a job. And I can't imagine how much longer it would have taken if I still was employed at any job that I have had in the past. Because I've never had time for myself. Yeah. So, but I feel so grateful to have had this time, but it has not been easy. And also just finding balance, right? Because I don't want to be a workaholic. So I recorded and the camera stopped and it doesn't make any noises when it stops. Where are you? So I said a lot of good things and it's all gone. But yeah, I just feel excited for it. And it's the first year, like, I didn't work all year, but you know, it's just that same feeling of like the holidays and New Year's, and usually I'm working, you know, I'm usually working on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day or Christmas Day, you know, or maybe not day, but Christmas Eve. And so I've actually been able to relax and be like, okay, like I'm gonna put my shop on holiday and I'll reopen it after the New Year celebrations. Just because I can. And but yeah, I just have ideas and plans and I'm you know, and then so there's so much I want to work on, like in terms of myself and my art and new products. And if you hear crinkling, it's gobbling on tissue paper. And I might not be at square one in terms of like where I am with my art and my business, because it's been 3 years. 3 years. It's been 3 years. 4 years? 3.5 years? Maybe 4 years in February. Oh. But I know I'm not at square one, but I still feel like the beginning of the race. Not quite halfway there. So yeah. So, learned a lot in 2020, have a lot planned for 2021, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully good things. This was a crazy year. Crazy. So, I hope you have a fabulous new year. Do whatever you're doing. I will not be up at midnight. I will be asleep. So think of me and be like, this confetti popper is for you, Caroline. Because I love confetti poppers. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Like this video. Subscribe to my baby channel with only 3 videos. But I plan on doing so many more. I don't know. Leave a comment. I don't usually do resolutions. So tell me your plans for 2021, if you have any. Tell me a goal, a dream, a wish. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for hanging with me. And I hope you have a great day and a great new year. Cheers! Woo! Trying to think of something they say, but all I can think of is Happy New Year!